Hey everyone, just wanted to drop a quick update. I've had some changes at work that have, not changes at work, but changes in work that could possibly affect my contract. And I wanted to share with you how the decision whether or not to pursue those changes would affect my surrogacy and give you an update on what's going on. So I have an opportunity. I'm finishing up my master's in education for nursing, and I've had an opportunity at the school that I am doing my practicum with to basically come on as an instructor. The problem with that is it would be a complete change in insurance and to a different state. And it was my understanding that once contractors sign, everything really needed to stay the same or you were jeopardizing breaching that contract. So I reached out to my agency and explained to her the situation, and she said it wouldn't be an issue as long as my current or the new insurance covered surrogacy as well. And then I asked her for some clarification, what if it doesn't, how does that change things? She said then I personally would be responsible to purchase a policy that covered the pregnancy with no surrogacy exclusions, and she gave me some references to go to. I've decided not to pursue that option, mainly because I'm not done with my master's, and it just would be a humongous financial burden to our family. But I do want to share that, I was kind of under the impression that once the contract was set, really not a whole lot could be changed. And that's not necessarily the truth. So, but it does have to be approved. I'm not 100%. I didn't really go in the conversation further than that, but it would have to be, I'm assuming, okayed by both parties because, we're both in a legal agreement here. So if you have situations like that where something is going to change, I encourage you to get in contact with your agency and or your lawyer and or your parents as soon as possible so you guys can discuss options. Sometimes the changes are forced. You don't really have a say in it, like if your company, your employer changes insurance carriers. But in my case, it was optional and it didn't work across the board for any of us. It didn't work for my family. It didn't work for the agent, or not the agency, but for the contract, it's just a better deal for me to stay where I'm at. So that was what we decided. Now, some wonderful news. We did the transfer in May, and we ended up with a molar, or not, excuse me, not a molar, a blighted ovum, which ended up obviously not me getting pregnant. And I have been impatiently waiting to hear what we are going to do next, because that was my parents' last embryo. And so I haven't really had much information, wasn't really getting much from my clinic, and it was all kind of hearsay information that I got from my agency. But my agency contact did just reach out to me a couple of days ago and let me know that my parents have contracted with a egg donor, and she will be cycling 3 times in a row and retrieving 3 times in a row. And depending on egg retrieval amounts and as such created embryos, we should be transferring beginning of the year. That is a very rough estimate. But yeah, hopefully in January, February, so we'll be good to go and have us some babies growing in there. She did tell me that the egg donor is a proven egg donor who has had fantastic rates with first transfers and ended in successful pregnancies. So, yay! I'm so excited. I'm so excited. I can't wait. I just cannot wait to get this going and give these parents what they want. I can't wait. It's so exciting for me. And also, some more good news. I made a new friend a couple of months ago when I was doing all my lab work. The only place in my very small town in Arizona that does stat HCG levels is the local hospital. We only have one. And when I was in there one day, I met this lovely little gal who looked at my orders and immediately knew what I was there for, and started poking questions around. And of course, because I'm very open and honest and like to talk. I told her what I was doing and told her where I was at, and she goes, I know exactly where this clinic is. I grew up in that area, and I said, and she goes, I have a friend who's been struggling with fertility, and I didn't want to step out of my bounds and offer my services. She's not a surrogate, but she really thought that caring for her friend would be an awesome thing. And I, of course, encouraged her, let me give you some information. I can pass you on to my agency. And I just found out last week that she contracted with a family, and she has just had her medical screening at the same clinic I go to, which makes me even happier. But yay for her, because she's on the right road also. She matched really quickly, and she said she absolutely loves her parents, and she cannot wait to get this party started. So it's been a good week. I mean, we got some pretty good information, and we got rain in Arizona. So much that it flooded the streets, and it was amazing. So it's been a pretty awesome week all the way around. All right, guys, I'm going to go and eat some chocolate cake, and hopefully I'll have some news for you soon. Bye.